I hear all the candidates agreeing that we need more business in downtown, and I assume that that means the downtown core, which has withered over the years. There was a time when there was a conscious effort by the City Council and the Planning Commission to de-emphasize the downtown core in favor of peripheral business centers around the city. We see this with the shopping center at Cedar Plaza, one at 220th and 66, one that isn't even in the city, which is Ballinger Terrace. But the downtown itself has withered, and one of the reasons it's withered is the east-west transportation is really lacking. There is no continuous road from the eastern section of Mountlake Terrace or Briar directly into the downtown core. I understand, as a matter of fact, I have seen a picture of a bridge that was designed at one stage of the game, probably many, many years ago, but it was never built due to some political considerations. I would like to hear from as many candidates as possible about their plans or attitudes to develop better east-west traffic into the downtown core.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll start with candidate Wright.
Yes, I would love to see something like that happen, but I know reality is it's money, it's engineering. There's a huge, from what I understand, a gulch or a valley in the way, which is why the bridge. And but when I moved to this city 25 years ago, I wondered how to get from one side to the other. And I know I figured out some of it. I don't think I figured out all of it, but we have wonderful city roads going north and south, but we really do need to get some of those east-west. And how do we do it? I would love to figure out a way, sit down with the city, if we get more people involved and more citizens and citizens' input involved. You know, where would you like to see it? Again, it's going to boil down to money, but let's start that conversation, because I would love to see it happen.
Thank you, candidate. Candidate Ryan, do you have a statement on that?
Yes. Well, I've lived in Mountlake Terrace 23 years, and I've been on the council a year and a half, and I drive a lot. So I'm very familiar with north, south, east, west. One way that we'd have to, we're rather landlocked where downtown is in a way, because if you go towards Briar on 236, then you run into apartment complexes there. And Briar doesn't want a road to go through there. So we'd have to work with the city of Briar to see what we could do on that side. Also, if we wanted to move the street up and go before 236, we'd be cutting through some people's property, which we could probably buy from them, but we'd also be cutting through our park system. And that would be probably detrimental and environmentally not sound. So we're kind of landlocked that way with that side. Now going towards Edmonds, we're dealing with a pretty steep hill in that, so we have to figure out where could we build a road down that hill. Can we go maybe around Ballinger? Would increased traffic be detrimental to that area? So we'd have to put together some groups to investigate what would be best there, because there are a lot of odd situations there I just ran into. And then beyond that, we could put together a vision, and then beyond that, we'd have to analyze what it would cost and work with the citizens and seek citizen input.
Thank you, candidate. Candidate Smith?
Yeah, I will gladly jump on this. When I first moved out here, 236 never even went through. You always had to go down 244, turn, come all the way back up 44th, back and forth. That was the only place we could get cheap land. The picture you're talking about, the gentleman, I don't know where you're at now, was a design that looked like it was going to come across on 228th, come over by the recreation pavilion, and come back through. Well, that kind of got shot down because there was a chunk of private property in there that was dedicated to a park thing for tax purposes. So we'd have to buy that from her. To get it to then, we'd have to come over and try to figure out how to get around the recreation pavilion to get it to go straight through. So then we're back into a school. We just built a brand new school over there. So that creates another headache. We do have on the table a design to come up 52nd. 52nd probably is the new one, and we just asphalted out there. Bring it on down into the park where all the dump stuff is. Turn right there, come back up by the recreation pavilion, and then come out. That's one of the plans that we have already on the board, the Planning Commission's already looking at. The other thing is, I think you guys ought to do a big letter writing to the mayor of Briar. He was here when I walked in. Is he still here? To take down those dang barricades over there on 236 so we can get through to Briar. 90% of that traffic on 228th coming past Cedar Plaza is Briar people and people cutting through to get to I-5. Murray's going to flag me off here. But you need to write letters to that council and complain to them. That's really simple. They're 4,000-pound blocks. All we got to do is move them out of the way. Thank you.